Good morning. It is August 4th, 2026, and this is Let It Go and Let It Grow. What are we letting go of today? And we are letting go of justice. Both major arcanas today because we are letting grow Temperance today. Our soul lessons, spiritual growth, and life-changing experiences. So I find it really super interesting that we got Justice and Temperance today. It is a super cool reading. So Justice is Libra, ruled by Venus. And today's reading is balanced in combinations, and the tarot invites to move from judgment to grace, from control back into flow, and from being right to finding peace. So we are releasing the need to have every answer. This is sort of follow suits from the Emperor yesterday, that you need to have control. Today we need to have that answer. And this is once again letting go, letting it grow through flow and through a balanced state. We don't need to have to know everything that's going on at all times. And that includes the mental house, having the answer for everything. Growth wouldn't happen if we knew everything at all times. So this is letting us know today that we can let go of that need to feel that we have all the answers and open ourselves up to learning. Let go of judging yourself for mistakes you've already learned from. So this is letting go of that need to repeat those patterns and habits over and over and over again. If you've learned from it, you are in a place now that you can come back into a state of balance and let that go. Don't dwell on it. It was a resting place, not your full destination. And life comes with challenges up and down and with details that we had to look at over times. And today we are ready to let that go and not relive it again. Release the weight of trying to make everything perfectly fair. This is a huge one for me because my neurospicy trait weirdly is justice. Making sure everything and everyone has what they need in a just manner. So with everything going on in the States right now, my brain is fried because nothing is just. And that is where I'm having a hard time trying to balance my own thoughts out with being brought up that, you know, if you speak the truth, the truth will set you free, that kind of thing. So seeing that imbalance right now has been very painful for me and has really played on my neurospicy brain. And you expect, or I hope things get better, and then all of a sudden it doesn't, and it gets a tad bit worse. So this is releasing of trying to make everything fair, and I guess coming into a realization that it will unfold the way it is going to unfold, and to breathe through that because we do not have that control. So stop carrying the responsibility that actually belongs to someone else. Release, and come back into your own state of peace, your own balance, and your own flow. Allow forgiveness to become part of your healing journey. You don't have the upper hand, the control on every single situation, not having the answers and watching things unfold the way they are. But you have to forgive and realize this is right now, it's going to seem backwards, but it's in the best for all concerned. So release this as part of your healing. What lessons can you learn from this yourself? And where can you take that beautiful inhale and exhale and come back into that state of balance for yourself? For Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, justice reminds you that clarity comes through honesty, but peace comes through the compassion, and that's the part. Be compassionate with yourself. Come into that state of self-forgiveness and compassion. You can honor your truth without becoming trapped by perfection or overthinking every single decision. So let it go and let it flow. Let go that need of all of the answers and to see things in a just manner globally, because that's just not the way things are right now. And have compassion for yourself in the process. So what we're letting grow today is Temperance, and Temperance is Sagittarius, ruled by Jupiter. And we are growing with patience for yourself on your journey. It's very easy to be in this state and be out of balance and want what you want and see how things are going, how you want them to be, but how they're not going that way. but you need to grow patience with on your journey. I find this an absolutely beautiful set of cards today to come together. When I pulled them, I was like, oh, this is absolutely amazing. Allow your healing to happen one step of a time. Once again, you're releasing the judgment of that. Blend action with rest. This is, once again, coming back into that complete balanced state of body, mind, and spirit. And I talked a bit about the other day, if you have two in order, two houses in order, the third has to come around. That's entrainment. So if your body and your mind are a mess, your spirit's not going to be happy. But if your spirit and your body are working together, your mind will come back around. It's the law, it has to. That is the law of entrainment. So blend your action with rest. Make sure you're in a balanced level of doing and being and resting as well. Make sure that you, where you're giving out, you are bringing yourself back into that state of balance and coherence. Trust divine timing rather than forcing the outcomes. As we can see with global events, you can't force anything right now, or the world would be a very different place. So we need to balance that out as well. And this is asking you to make sure you balance your mental energy with your physical energy. If you're spending too much time in the sphere of the online space, this might be a good day to take a couple of deep breaths and release that, and start looking at making new memories and new habits for yourself, and welcome in harmony in every area of your life. We welcome in resistance without even being aware that we're doing that. Every time you have a pushback, an off feeling, an off moment, you are accepting that resistance as your reality. And this is asking you to realize and be in a response state to the fact that harmony also needs to be welcomed into every aspect of our life to balance things out and bring things back into the state of coherence and harmony for us. It's not going to do it on our own. We have to be aware of what is going on around us and be in a state of receiving for this. So for the fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, Temperance encourages you to slow your pace without losing your passion. So take a big inhale and exhale. Slow yourself down a bit until you recalibrate. The strongest fire is not the one that burns the brightest for a moment, but the one that provides your warmth for a lifetime. So this is also about burning the candle at both ends, and that need to be doing, but you're a human being. And that human being comes in that state and realization that we need rest, we need recalibration, we need to bring ourselves back into the state of grounding through possibility of breathwork, meditation. We need to be as above, so below, but we need to be both of those in a balanced way. And, you know, the energy going back and forth between those two. I just saw the infinity symbol in my mind. And you can see in the background there with Temperance, that spirit. Lean into your spirit guides. Ask for guidance, ask for help, ask for direction where needed. And always know that you're not alone. You are supported by your spirit team. Even those times might feel like you're not plugged in, you're not there. They are there for you. Once again, it takes that awareness and that deep breath to come into that state of allowance, to allow it to happen and to welcome it in. So this reading feels like it's standing beside a peaceful river after a long season of trying to swim upstream. Justice arrived first. She carries the scales and the swords of truth. And she asks you to look honestly at your life, not to criticize you, not to shame you, but to see clearly. Sometimes we become our own harshest judges. We replay conversations over and over in our head. We replay decisions that we've made that we might not have been in the best place of mind while making them. We wonder what we could have done or should have done differently. Once again, don't shit all over yourself. Justice gently says the lessons have already been learned. Then Temperance walks in and carries no sword. In most tarot, there are two cups, one transferring of the other. This, I love how they use the sun and the moon. So pouring the energy between the two, nothing is rushed, nothing is forced. It is just pure, true flow. And Justice says, see things clearly. Temperance whispers, now be gentle with yourself. Now that you've seen what you need to do and the action that needs to be taken, be gentle with yourself. Together, these cards tell a beautiful story. Truth without compassion becomes harsh, and compassion without truth can become pure avoidance. So healing happens when the two walk together side by side. And perhaps you've been trying to fix everything at once. Perhaps you've been waiting until life feels perfectly balanced before allowing yourself to be happy. Balance isn't something we achieve. It is another practice. You come into that state of coherence and balance by practice. Some days we lean a little too far to the left. Other days we're leaning a little too far to the right. And then we have to find that center point in ourselves again to bring it back into balance. This is the rhythm of being a human being. Soul isn't asking you to be perfect. It is asking you to be honest, patient, kind, and know how to go with the flow, and trust that every small adjustment that you make will bring you a more peaceful tomorrow. So we're releasing self-judgment today and growing self-compassion. Healing doesn't require perfection. It simply asks for honesty, patience, and a willingness to show up for yourself. And if that means showing up for yourself over and over and over again, then that's what you do. So the daily reflection is, where in your life are you being far harder on yourself than you ever would be with somebody you love? And what small actions of patience and self-compassion can you offer yourself today that would bring your heart and emotions back into balance? So that is the reading, and I am finishing. I'm sorry, I'm looking right off still. I'm running back and forth doing some stuff. So I'm looking out the window going, what's he doing? What's he doing? Hoping he's in balance. So I am using the Beyond Lemuria deck today, and we will see what that final information is there from her. This deck is by Izzy Ivy. She has a couple of decks out now, but I absolutely love this one. We are the Infinite. So this is an absolute perfect card. The Infinity, as I said, I felt that with the Temperance card, that bringing that energy back into balance. And being an infinite being, we know that we're going to ebb and flow through time. I love how the scarab beetle is there. The scarab beetle is a representation of the birth of new beginnings and never ending the cycle that continues on and on and on. And to know that where we are infinite beings of light, sound, vibration, frequency, knowledge, that we have the ability to even drift in and out of balance and harmony several times during a day. It's about presencing and learning where that comes from, when it happens, and how to pull yourself back into that state of coherence in the infinite realm of the universal energy that is available to us at all times. We are the universe is us. Learn how to harness that, learn how to bring that back into the center point there of the infinity, bring it into that balanced state, knowing that as the time and energy weaves itself in and out like that sacred web of life, that there is a balance point that we can find if we only put our mind to it and take that pause out in a day to find it. And that is how I see today, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Bye.